Welcome to the Touhou guide no one asked for. You are at the second part, which is also the first part. So at this point, I'm going to be calling the 4 shot types as Reimu A, Reimu B, Marisa A, and Marisa B. Okay? Okay, let's go. So stage 1. This part just wants you to get a feel to the game. Feel free to move around, shoot some fairies, and get the items. Your first goal usually is to get as much power as you can. Midway in level 1, you will come across our first mid-boss, Rumia. Be careful not to be in this vicinity or you might get kicked. Anyway, she will attack at the right side, the middle side, then the left side, and then a burst in the middle. And I assume it just loops because as you can see, you can defeat that part very easily. Moving on, we're just shooting some more fairies. Don't forget to pick up the power-ups and points because they will help you. It's okay to be greedy in stage 1, just be careful. This part is easier with Reimu A because you can shoot them without aiming, so you can freely pick up items without worrying much of running into bullets. But what's cool with Marisa too is that she can quickly get the items because of her speed. So next up is the boss. It's also Rumia. This is also your first lesson. Aim bullets. Might as well tell this now because I'm gonna be using this terminology throughout this guide. So when I say it's aimed, it just means that the enemy will shoot it to your current location. Depending on the bullet type the enemy shoots, you just need to move a little bit to dodge most of them. So that being said, this is our first non-spell attack. It's an assortment of attacks, but the first attack is always going to be these aimed bullets at you. Once you've dodged it, the following patterns is going to be easy. Once you damage her enough, you will activate her spell card. You'll know it's a spell card when the background changes, there's text at the upper right corner of the game, and other obvious tellings. Our first spell card is Nightbird. Now you might get spooked because Rumia is spooky, but this is aimed. You don't need to look everywhere else except this part. Just move a little bit and you'll be fine. Look, you can even see me abusing how small our hitbox is. Every time you beat a spell card, you'll be given power-ups and points. And if you beat a spell card without bombing or getting hit, you'll be given more points. Something to keep in mind. So, you angered Rumia. Be careful in getting those power-ups because her next non-spell is the Laser Blast and some more assortment of attacks. Now what you see here is a misdirection. I'll explain it later more in detail. But for now, just keep shooting her. You have a lot of space to dodge them, so there's really nothing to be afraid of. Next up is the spell card, Demarcation. This is also kinda challenging because she's shooting 2 layers of stuff at you. But don't worry, all you need to know is that the blue patterns are aimed. Once you keep that in mind, all you have to dodge is the set patterns while sidestepping the aimed ones. Do that correctly and you'll be safe. With Rumia defeated, we move on to stage 2. Stage 2's beginning is pretty straightforward. As long as you're shooting, you're not gonna be overwhelmed. There's also these spindly things that shoot kunais in 4 directions, and if you kill them, they shoot out rice bullets in 4 directions as well. As for the beginning, just commit mass fairy murder, and pick up more power. You get fueled up. You ask for more power. You get corrupted. You move all over the place and you get careless. Pro tip, don't get careless. Our mid-boss is Daiyose, literally means big fairy. Her attacks is simple. You go below her and then move a little. Now why would a fairy be carrying around that many kunais beyond me, but all you have to do is be aggressive. Going closer feels like you're doing more damage, so you can do that with caution. Next attack of hers are some crystal bullets aimed at you. Don't get intimidated by how beautiful it looks. Just move a little bit and you'll be fine. She does that crystal attack every 3rd teleport, so you have time to prepare yourself. After the mid-boss, there are these things. I don't know what they are. Kill them. They give you power. Now if you haven't died and you've been consistently getting the power-ups, at this point you should be at full power mode. When you initially get full power mode, all the bullets in the screen disappear. You also get powerful. And every time you go to the upper part of the screen, you just auto-collect all the items. Pretty convenient. And then all of a sudden you see eyes falling from the top of the screen. As long as you're shooting, you'll be fine from them. They don't shoot anyway. And now I'm gonna share a cool thing to do in this part. You go somewhere at the top left part of the screen as you can see right now, wait for a fairy to pop up, and then keep tapping right. Fairies will spawn from left to right and then right to left. So when you get to the end, you wait for that fairy and keep tapping left. This is cool because you can defeat them before they shoot bullets and all the items auto-collects for points. Now you'll be asking, Chaser, this is casual hours, you dumbass. Why should we care about points? I'm glad you asked, misguided viewer. In this game, points is what gives you your lives. When you reach a certain point in your score, you hear a sound that indicates you got an extra life. It's not something to keep in mind, but I feel obligated to mention it to you guys. It will come in handy. Alright, now it's boss time. It's Cirno time. Yeah, that one in that famous song. It has been in every rhythm game ever since. Anyway, her first non-spell, This is another term I'm going to be using, misdirection. You basically lead an attack to your advantage, whether to put it somewhere pointless or somewhere it won't do harm. Like in the previous boss fight, I lead it to somewhere I won't be moving to. In this one, I lead it so I can dodge the whole thing easily. Now, misleading this attack really is not that necessary. It's even cooler if you can dodge between those attacks. But you know, it's your preference. Her follow-up are these white bullets that are aimed at you, and these blue ones that you can dodge easily. She will shoot the white aimed bullets 3 times and then loops her attack, so prepare for the initial attack and you'll be fine. Her first spell card is the Icicle Fall. She shoots crystal bullets on both sides that closes in on you while shooting these balls. Don't get spooked, just pick a side, go through them, and return to the middle. All that while dodging the balls that are aimed at you. Just don't stay in the middle when they're closing in on you. Face your fears, go through them. I know you can do it. Fun thing I want to share too is that in easy mode, Cirno doesn't shoot the balls, so you can just go directly below her and do nothing. Which what the music video was showing to us. Yeah, I know, it's pretty cool, right? What an idiot. Now for her second non-spell, she'll be shooting lasers. Don't worry, they're aimed at you. Just stay in the lane and don't spread the lasers. There are also some bullets for you to be aware of. They're not a threat to you, don't worry. Just stay in the lane and try to be in the center. Her next spell card is Perfect Freeze. Yeah, it's the Perfect Freeze. Cirno shows off her ice powers by freezing the bullets. Those frozen bullets kinda trap you so she can shoot at you. Now when she's spewing the bullets she's about to freeze, move only when necessary. And think of dodging the upcoming bullets when the bullets are frozen. Don't move too much when she's spewing her bullets because you might think the bullet will keep on moving but all of a sudden it freezes on your way. We don't want that happening. After that we have the final spell card. Yeah, no non-spell, we go straight into action. Diamond Blizzard. It's basically Cirno throwing out random crystals all over the place. Okay, so Touhou 6 like to do these kinds of attacks I call random spewage. So the main tip I can give you is just look near your character. Don't panic and don't move too much. You need that zen, that focus, because not all of them are going to be going for you. Only pay attention to the ones that are suspiciously coming near you. This is still tame. As you can see, you don't even need to slow down your movement. But if it really freaks you out, just bomb. Bombing is always an option until you're out of them. And after that, Cirno is defeated. So stage 3. Start off with those spindly things spawning from left and right. They don't shoot at you, they probably do in harder difficulties. But the main thing in this part are spread bullets, these aimed snowballs, and the aimed kunais. Okay, so all of them are technically aimed at you, it's just that the snowball and kunai are much more noticeable. Defeating the fairies reduces the potential bullets, so please shoot them. So they shoot the spreads, the snowballs, then some kunai. At this point, you should be used to, or at least getting used to, bullets getting near you. If you notice on the right side below the power indicator, we have a thing called grace. This basically tells you how many bullets have come very close to you, but not close enough to lose a life. Throughout this guide, you will notice that I sometimes intentionally go near the bullets to graze. While yes, graze helps with most points, that's not the reason I'm doing it. I just simply like the sound it makes. Kind of feels satisfying. I don't know. I'm just saying that because I got distracted by the sound and the fairy straight up tackled me. Pro tip, don't get careless. Also, don't get addicted to grazing. I'm not responsible for any graze-related accident. Please graze in moderation. Grazing aside, now we get to our mid-boss, Meiling. The non-spell she throws out is a bit spooky. She spews out blue bullets randomly, so react fast. And then she will follow up with a simple circular pattern, but a bit scary to go through. Now what makes this scary is that those two can sometimes overlap. The way I handle it is, if I have the chance to go through the circle safely, I do it first so I can freely dodge the upcoming blue bullets. That's it. Try to end it as soon as possible and you'll be fine. The spell card, Gorgeous Sweet Flower, is kind of your first taste of the actual bullet hell experience. Just commit to one area and dodge. Yeah, that's it. Just dodge, bro. Look at the possible gaps and do little movements. It will help. You can passively dodge the bullets by letting them pass through you. If you can't find a gap or not confident, you can step back until a gap shows up. You can bomb if things get crusty, or you can just... Dang. After that, she gives you a 1-up. It's another way to get an extra life other than to rack up points. We take those. We need those. Because the next part is what I call the fairy's final defense. So in this part, the fairies are in formation throwing kunai straight downward, forming a line. And then there are these fairies carrying these bullets on you to distract you. Don't get yourself trapped between the line of kunais though. You might get unlucky and there's a scattered bullet in the lane you're at. There's also these spindly things. Shoot them, they just give you points so you don't need to worry about them. And that's it. It's just different formation every time. The only danger here are the scattered bullets because they're random, so be careful about them, especially when you're trying to get the items. The way I handle this is I pick a side and go slightly up so I can speed kill a fairy that throws a kunai, making more room for me to dodge the scattered bullets. You can also be cool in the middle, but I'm too scared to do that because the space is thinner there. But after that barrage, we finally reach the boss. It's also Hong Meiling. The first non-spell is simple, you just go through them easily. Just be careful in the last part because she bursts the last part in a random pattern, so stay alert. Next one is the spell card Colorful Rainbow Wind Chime. It's a beautiful pattern, it's also really intimidating for a new player. But don't worry about it. Just stay in the center and go left and right. Yeah, left and right. That's it, you just gotta go left and right. Left and right, baby. Pro tip. Left and right. After that spell card, some fairies will come as backup and shoots an aim line of kunai. They're simple to dodge so you can even graze on them. Meiling is also shooting either scattered bullets, which is the hard one, and the organized one, which is easier. And then she follows up with another non-spell. The backup fairies will retreat and she proceeds to throw 2 sets of kunai that leaves you a lane that you can get through. Then followed up with some scattered crystal bullets. You can go full on aggressive on her. Just be careful because the kunai will jump scare you. And then we go for a back-to-back spell card. First one is Colorful Rain. The first set are just scattered crystals going downward, or I guess raining at you. Then Meiling thinks that's too easy, and so the second set and beyond, she adds in ones that fall diagonally. So this is confusing. Only tip I have here is that the diagonal ones can be deceiving if it's gonna hit you. Go focus and remember to go left and right. You don't have to do too much vertical movement on this one. The next spell card, Dazzling Color Typhoon, is like Cirno's Diamond Blizzard. It's just that the bullets are a bit faster and the diagonal bullets are intimidating. Do not move too much, only move to a different area if you think the area you're in is getting too dangerous. Focus on the ones that you feel is going towards you, dodge it, and don't overextend in moving. And don't forget to calm down. Don't panic, like me. And this one I could have went to the left rather than the right, so yeah, I messed up big time there. So calm down. Keep your wits up and be a gamer. Or you could just bomb it, that's cool too. Don't be ashamed to bomb. With that spell card dealt with, we have beaten stage 3. And congratulations! If this was the demo, you've beaten the game. Unfortunately, it's not. There are 3 more levels. We are done with the warm-up though. Yeah, the whole 3 levels are just practice. Now we're moving on to the big boy stages though. Nonetheless, you should still be happy since you've gotten this far. I'm proud of you. Now I hope we meet each other again as I guide you to stage 4, whether you like it or not.